ever any day. Our love is here to stay. Our love is here to stay.
Rosemary Stasek was born in a small town named McAdoo in northeastern Pennsylvania in the late summer of 1963. At the time, there were 3,000 inhabitants, 7 Catholic churches, and 3 stoplights. Her parents and grandparents were also born in McAdoo, and there may have been someone in town that didn't know Rosemary, but probably not. Rosemary spent 12 years in the local Catholic schools. Always precocious, the nuns called her a little chirper and harnessed her talkative energy, assigning her to tutor the slower learners. The nuns were great role models and instilled 2 things that framed Rosemary's life: the importance of helping others to better themselves, and using her life to create a legacy that could be handed down. Even at 10, Rosemary was outspoken and articulate, and she did not let wrongs go unnoticed. One year she marched her entire Girl Scout troop to one of the girls' homes to convince the mother to change her mind and allow her daughter to go with them on a field trip. This was probably Rosemary's first public protest. The first in her family to go to college, Rosemary was accepted to attend Cornell University. She loved Cornell, loved being head of TA for sex education, managing the football team, and her beloved Professor Parrott. Upon graduation, Rosemary moved to LA. It wasn't long before she became very outspoken and co-founded California Catholics for Choice. Soon she became the face of the organization, frequently appearing on LA TV and radio. She became an accomplished speaker, learned how to ignore questions, and provided critical information in 3 strategic sound bites. She worked hard to be taken seriously and ignored the hate mail. No doubt, this is where she caught the political bug. In 1992, she moved to Silicon Valley and entered the world of high tech as a computer network engineer, and became a Blue Ribbon Jam winner at the county fair. She threw herself into the community and was accepted into Leadership Mountain View. This program cemented Rosemary's deep affinity for Mountain View, and she began her career of public service. She served on the Mountain View City Council for 8 years. As mayor, she loved standing up and talking about Mountain View and was particularly fond of going to the schools to talk to kids and teens. Rosemary had refined political skills. She was very easy to like, and she did not make any enemies. Her opponents came to respect her spirited opinions and insistence on voting her conscience. When Rosemary represented Mountain View in Afghanistan, she was deeply moved by the cultural contradictions that impacted women and children. Shortly upon leaving Mountain View City Council, she moved to Afghanistan and made it her life's mission to make a difference in the lives of women and girls. NBC, CNN, and Vogue, among others, profiled her achievements and her spunk. Among her accomplishments in Kabul, Rosemary founded A Little Help, a nonprofit that leveraged donations to renovate the women's prison, purchase tents and books, provide aid and medicine to hospitals, create special programs for artists and the blind, and train female police officers as health advocates. During the 6 years she lived in Afghanistan, Rosemary was a striking presence. Her work with the prison subsequently shamed the United Nations for refusing to provide safe haven for the women tossed aside for convenience. Just for a moment, I want you to imagine Rosemary. In Kabul, she was probably the only female driver, period. She drove with uncovered head, waving to the women as she drove by. Rosemary had two loves in Kabul, a little puppy she named Tequila, and the man she married, Mornay Dupree. Mornay worked closely with Rosemary to further her work and became a champion of a little help. Rosemary was due to arrive in Mountain View last Thursday for a series of lectures and great meals with friends. The woman who risked death so many times in Afghanistan died of a heart attack on September 24th, 2009. Instead of dining with her today, we're here remembering her great spirit and hoping to be a little more like her.
Forever.